When I was 18, I had a crush on this girl I worked with. And I tried all manner of small talk and different topics about the weather, but nothing really seemed to work. Until one day, I talked to one of my friends, and he gave me a whole fresh perspective on everything. All I had to do was show her I was cool and find something that we could relate to, something that we had in common. Now, Brittany, she was a little older than I was, so talking about school was definitely not cool. And I had already tried to talk about work a few times, and nothing had really come of that. So I really had just one option. You see, Brittany was a smoker. And I'd often seen other smokers who, whether they be strangers or friends, they'd always talk and congregate very well when they're smoking. So a few days later at work, when I saw Brittany went to go smoke a cigarette, I figured that was my chance. And I went out there with her, and I pulled out my cigarette, all cool and nonchalantly. And I wrote it through my thumb and forefinger, feeling the soft paper. Then I put it in my mouth, and I felt it stick to the top of my lip as I moved it from the middle to the right, and then to the left, and then back somewhere between the middle and the right, trying to find the perfect spot. And then I pulled out my lighter, and click, nothing. Click, 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 still nothing. And I saw that Brittany was looking at me out of the corner of her eye. So I straightened my back, I grasped that lighter firmly, and I put my thumb high on that ball, and I gave it one good strike. Fire. Accomplishment. Pure satisfaction brought such a smile to my face, I almost dropped a cigarette out of my mouth. So I clenched it really tight in my teeth, and I brought that lighter up to that cigarette. And whoosh, out of nowhere, the wind came, and there went my accomplishment. There went my satisfaction. Seeing this, Brittany came up to me and she gave me a little bit of a pro tip. She said, you can use your jacket to block the wind. So I pulled my jacket up, put my head down, and I gave that lighter one more good stroke, and I lit that cigarette. And right when I did that, Brittany said something that really caught my attention, and I jerked my head up, and I felt that cigarette hit against that jacket and break and fall to the ground. And I was instantly brought back 2 years before as a little kid with my friends on a hot summer day, eating ice cream, chocolate ice cream, and voraciously going at it until it fell on the ground. And I sat there watching this ice cream on the ground. I was overcome with this feeling of hopelessness and despair, of like, there is no tomorrow. This was the only ice cream for me. This was the only ice cream I wanted. This was it. And I don't know how long I stood there looking at that cigarette on my feet, but eventually I came to. And I pulled out another cigarette, pulled my jacket up, lit it, carefully maneuvered the cigarette away from my jacket. That is when I had my first real drag. Now, having a drag of a cigarette is really a two-step process. First, you have to get the smoke in your mouth. And this isn't really an inhalation as it is sucking a Frosty through a very small straw. And once that smoke is in your mouth, you then inhale it into your lungs. And you feel this warm, cozy, snuggly feeling come over through your entire body. And it's saying, it's okay. Everything is going to be okay. And you instantly have this realization about this nice, snuggly blanket. This blanket has not been washed for a very long time. It is foul, dirty, bitter. It is acrid. It has chemical stains everywhere, as if you had taken it from the bottom of some old mine pit and wrapped it around your lungs. And I stood there thinking, why the fuck do people smoke? And why am I smoking right now? And then I caught Brittany out of the side of my eye, and I remembered, oh yeah, that's why. And I was instantly flooded with 100 different anxieties and other self-secure insufficiencies. Like, how do I stand? Right foot back, left foot back? Am I supposed to lean against the wall? And what am I supposed to do with my left hand? And oh my God, I just blew the smoke straight in her face. But wait, she's a smoker. Maybe she likes that. No, I see her face. She doesn't like it. That was a big mistake. That was a very big mistake. This was a terrible idea. That first time smoking a cigarette was not the cool, movie-esque experience that I thought it would be. And things between Brittany and I never really seemed to progress further than that. But that's okay, because I found my fresh perspective, and I got the story.